Hey guys, this is Aaron coming at you with a video called You Got This, and this whole thing is about you understanding what you're capable of and seeing that it's so much more than what you previously thought. And I think that there's a lot of us out there that we are just waiting for their permission to step up to that next level. And I want you to understand how limiting that is, but it's so true for so many of us. So many of us are looking out for somebody that's in a higher place, and we're looking down, them looking down at us, and we're saying, please, give me permission to step forward. Please, give me permission to get up. Please, let me keep going. And that person says to us, oh, you can do it. You're going to get to this level. You're going to be better than me. You're going to be able to do more. And we go, really? And we're shocked. Because even though we dream to do more than them, we don't really believe it. And when you finally start to believe it, and someone else starts to say to you, you've got this. And when they point it out, when they say you've got this, and they're literally talking about whatever it is you're dealing with right now, and you say to yourself, really? Guess what? The lie has finally been exposed. The lie that says you don't have it. And when you see that, and if you agree with that person, if you agree immediately with that person, when they say you've got this, you can do better than me, big things are for you. If you can do that, that permission immediately right then stops the ceiling. You break through and you get to their level and you're able to stand as an equal with them. Every freaking time. You've got to understand that whenever someone says to you, you've got this, or I know you can do it, or you can get to that next level, there's a process that you need to see that your brain's doing with you, okay? So our brain all the time is operating off of a frequency, right? And radio towers, if you look at them, they're letting off a signal. And as these radio towers are letting off a signal, they operate at certain frequencies, right? So maybe you're hearing this signal. Or maybe you're up here. Maybe you're here. Didn't matter. Whatever signal range you're at. It's the wrong one if you're not at the very top, right? The most positive, the best thing that God wants for you. The best thing that's out there for you. So when we operate in a place where we're not, I'm going to draw the ground to give this a better idea what you're looking at. Whenever you're operating in this place and you don't understand where you're at and somebody's going, you could operate this level or this level or this level, and you're just not getting it. And you're hearing them say this, but one day, knowing all your crap, they call you out of the crowd and they go, you can get up to here. And you hear it and you go, oh my gosh, me? Really? Me? I can get up there? And what happens is, as you start to take your steps up to the next level, your mind, see at this level you're picking up on this stuff, your mind starts to pick up on higher level stuff at each level. And as you get higher and higher, as your brain picks up on higher and higher signals, at each level, you start to think differently. When you start to think differently, you start to project differently. You start to cause other things to happen than what have happened in the past. And as you start to see that going forward into the future, it changes everything. If you can adjust the dial, though, and the frequency of the thoughts you're hearing and the things that you're seeing happen, new things start to happen. Great things just start to land in your life, and things start to connect and come together for you. You don't even understand how. And you're like, God, how's this happening? I don't get it. I'm just going to trust you. I'm going to see what happens. And as this stuff starts to manifest, you start to see that what's actually happened here in this moment was somebody acknowledged you. I don't even think I spelled that right. When they acknowledged you, at that moment, the Bible talks about the anointing being awoken and something happening to that person, and right then a change happens. So I don't want to get all preachy on you, but I want you to understand that whenever someone of a higher place looks down at you and anoints you and acknowledges you, knights you, if you will, and says, this is who you are. If they look at you and they basically say, you belong here. I acknowledge your talents. I acknowledge your ability. I'm going to call out of you what you don't even think is there that I see that you do not see. When that correction starts to happen, you move up a notch. When someone else does it to you again, you move up a notch. That's why it's so important to be around mentors, because mentors call out of you the greatness that you still don't see. They call out of you the greatness that you don't believe is in you. They call out of you the greatness that they know can manifest into something amazingly powerful that you don't think will ever get to that level, but because they've seen it in themselves and other people, they know it can happen for you. They know it. You've got to see it. You've got to understand what is going on in this process. But see, this is all about somebody looking down at you and seeing you going, that ceiling right there, that's self-imposed. That's not real. That's not going to stop you. It's going to keep going. You're going to outgrow that and get all the way up here. Think about it. We all want to be acknowledged. We all want to be told that we belong. We all want to be told that where we are right now is not where we're going to stay. That where we're going is a better place, a more powerful place, and that we are capable of getting there. That we have the goods. That we've got this. I want to make sure that everybody's following me. See, as you operate on each one of these frequencies, results come from them. And as the results come from them, you start to look at your life and you justify what's happening. Oh, if I could just make $100,000 a year. Oh, if I could just make $150,000 a year. Or if I could just make $80,000 a year. If I could just get my house paid off. If I could just. Like you're asking for something that you shouldn't be asking for, and you just want this little bit. Just let me have this little piece. Let me have this little piece of greatness. If I could just get that, I'll be okay. You know how crazy that is? You got to ask for all of it. How do you ask for all of it? You got to keep receipt. When someone says that you are this, you can't disagree with them. You can't say, oh, no. I mean, you can't do that deal where people are like, oh, man, Bob, you're so great. Bob, you're so great. And you're like, no, please, no, please. And, they're literally doing a contradiction right there. They're saying no, and they're saying yes at the same time. People do it all the time. They'll tell you, oh, no, I can't agree with that, because they don't want to appear haughty. But instead now they're not being humble and receiving. And being humble in that moment would be to agree with the other person who's calling greatness out of you. To disagree would actually be the cocky, arrogant viewpoint. But we get that mixed up. If you can receive, do you know how fast you'll ascend these levels? How fast you'll get to the top? It's all about you receiving. Understanding the friends you have around you right now, the people you have around you, they're all amazing people. Some of them are going to be great for your life. Some of them are going to hold you back. But the ones you met years ago are the ones that you've been dragging with you from down here. And the ones that you've met just recently are people that you're meeting that are on a higher level, higher playing field. The ones that you are meeting today are the ones that are at that next level. I'm here to tell you right now, these results can happen. These results can make a difference. They can make an impact. You watch what this does for you. You watch as you understand when you start to operate and keep your thoughts on a certain frequency, how it affects your life. Dial it in. I'm telling you right now, if you let somebody call you out and acknowledge you and anoint you and say, you are good enough. You are special enough. You're important enough that if you don't do this, there will be people that will not be touched, that will not be changed. And when you start to receive and believe that, oh my gosh. Guys, you've always had this. You're just missing one or two little ingredients. You just had to get a little bit more experience, hear a little bit more from a mentor here or there, get a little bit of these things to connect. That's it. And it's a game changer. I mean, just look at that. Just understand it. We've all been this guy. Have you been this one lately? And for the ladies out there, girls are bad about this. Girls will sometimes feel that they can't be like a mother figure and tell a young man or a young girl that they're going to do it. And a lot of times guys think they're the only ones that can do this. And for all the ladies out there that own businesses, you've got to be able to step up and go, you know what? You can do this and be that mother hen. Take your rightful freaking place. Call the greatness out of somebody and acknowledge them, and you watch, when you acknowledge them, it sets something loose in their body, in their mind. It causes that when you acknowledge them immediately, you are causing a disagreement with the current placement of their life in their mind. And you are causing them to go, whoa, I'm supposed to be here. And when they go, whoa, I'm supposed to be here, they go, whoa, and they look around the room, and the whole room looks different, and they don't even understand where they're at. They're kind of lost. They start stumbling around. They're not sure. And it's because you just took them from here to here in a split second in the same room with the same people. And when you disagree again and you call them up a year later to the next level, the same thing happens. And the reason they're so shocked and they're just shooken up and they don't get it, it's because you are conflicting with their worldview. You are conflicting with what they believe what they should be doing and where they're supposed to be in life. You are changing them. You're coming in like a battering ram. So you must see that these results that are being driven off of where you are in your signal, if you want them to change, you have to keep leveling up, keep leveling up. And how do you do that? You get around people that are further ahead than you. Then you invite them to speak into your life. And when they speak into your life, which is what mentorship is, which is nothing more than instruction connected with relationship. And if you can connect instruction with relationship, everything will change. And our mentor's perfect? No. They're going to have all their flaws and all their screw-ups, but you've got to receive from them. Just receive. They all have a different place in your life. None of them will be exactly what you need to hear, but they'll all have a piece. And your life is built of all the pieces of the puzzle. Remember, you got this. I'll see you in the next video.